Guys, so for those of you who are in the States, I just wanted to say, hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I had a great Thanksgiving here. I just made turkey. My neighbors brought me some dishes of their own with some mac and cheese, sweet potato, the whole 9 yards, collard greens. They always do it every year, and I am so blessed to have neighbors like that who will bring me 3 plates of dishes for my mom and I. But we also made our own food as well. I cooked the turkey, took 3.5 hours, tasted really good. I made stuffing. My mom made my favorite side dish, candied yams, which is sweet potato with marshmallow and brown sugar. She made casserole, green bean casserole. I used to like that, but now I'm not as much of a fan of it for some reason. We had also mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes. Of course, you got to have gravy. But just a really nice holiday. It's just one of my favorite holidays here. Because it's like a uniquely American holiday. Even though I know Canadians celebrate it as well. But I just love eating it. I love eating, and it's just like a nice day to just like stay indoors, eat, be with family, kind of keep things chill. So I hope everyone had a relaxing Thanksgiving and Black Friday. If you guys ended up going outside, I personally don't go Black Friday shopping just because I don't have the funds, and also I don't want to deal with that kind of like traffic and hustle and bustle if I can get, what I need online. I think Black Friday used to be a lot different before e-commerce and people were buying things online. So you don't have all those, like, at least to my knowledge, you don't have all those big lines and everything else for like the savings. But yeah, so it's good to be back playing some more pinball here. We're going to go over, I'm going to talk a little bit about Ant-Man, the character, introduce you to him, his role in Marvel and in pop culture, like I've been doing with all these Marvel characters we've been playing. As you guys know, I also visited a comic shop, which was awesome. I kind of want to go back there again and pick up the rest of the Mad Mags. I think there was like 2 left. I don't know why I didn't just buy them, But I'll talk a little bit about him. And after that, we're going to play Marvel's Blade. So Blade is also a character that I think is pretty cool. I've seen the first Blade from like 1998. I think it has Wesley Snipes. I saw Blade 2 in theaters, and I don't know if there's a Blade 3, but I think it'll be an interesting character. I think he's very unique. He just looks unique. He has a unique story probably, so that will be fun. But let's jump right into this. Let's talk a little bit about Ant-Man. So Ant-Man is interesting because he was created in 1962. So he was one of like the early Marvel characters, right? Whereas you had Deadpool, who was created in 1991. So Ant-Man was created in 1962 by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby. And his character first appeared in a comic, Tales to Astonish, issue number 27. But that issue, he didn't appear in his full-fledged costume as Ant-Man. He only appeared as Hank Pym, who was the scientist that becomes Ant-Man. And the comic Tales to Astonish was originally meant to be a science fiction anthology story. So that was interesting to learn about because Dom was talking to me about how some comics are like anthologies, like the Twilight Zone. But it wasn't until September of 1962 on the same comic, Tales to Astonish, issue number 35, that Ant-Man appears in costume. So one thing that's interesting about Ant-Man's identity is It's shared by several characters, with the original being Hank Pym. So Hank Pym, he was the one who founded the Avengers and created Ultron, who is a villain. I don't know too much about Ultron. I know that there's that movie, Age of Ultron, the Avengers movie. I think Dom said it was like bad, so I thought the premise was good, but I'm not sure. I have to see it. But going back to Hank Pym, he's a brilliant scientist who discovers these Pym particles. So I think he names it after his last name, and these Pym particles enable him to shrink or grow. And so, with that in mind, he can shift identities where he can become. He also takes on the roles of Giant Man, Goliath, Yellow Jacket. So it's kind of complex when you think about Ant-Man because he can transform, right? And he plays these different roles. And he can communicate with ants using a specially designed cybernetic helmet. So that's what that helmet is when you play Ant-Man. You see the costume and the helmet. That's what he uses to communicate with them. But you also have a man named Scott Lang, who was introduced in 1979. And basically what Scott Lang does is he is a reformed thief who becomes Ant-Man after stealing the suit to save his daughter, Cassie. So he steals the suit from Hank Pym, becomes Ant-Man to save his daughter. Scott Lang is more comedic and relatable, and he is the primary Ant-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, played by actor Paul Rudd. So that is the Ant-Man that you are being introduced to when you watch the movies, which I have not seen, but I might watch it. I might do Pinball movie. But before that, I need to watch the Ghost Rider movie with Nicolas Cage, because I did promise that I would make a Pinball movie for it. Anyways, you have another character named Eric O'Grady, who is the morally dubious Ant-Man. So you basically have three people who share Ant-Man's identity. You have the original Hank Pym, the scientist who discovered these particles. And then you have Scott Lang from 1979 who steals the suit, becomes Ant-Man to save his daughter. Then you have a third one, Eric O'Grady, who is more like a villain, which I'm not really too sure about his story. But you got movies and pop culture. You have Ant-Man from 2015, Ant-Man and the Wasp from 2018. Ant-Man plays a crucial role in the Avengers Endgame from 2019 in the time travel plot. And then you have a movie from 2023, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. So actually a lot of Ant-Man movies. I thought there was only one, but kind of surprised that there's like three movies, that have Ant-Man as the main character, and then Avengers Endgame where he plays a part. Also, what's interesting about Ant-Man, excuse me, he wasn't widely known until his appearance in the movies. And it was the movies that gave him a lot of visibility and merchandising for toys, games, collectibles. And he became an example of how Marvel could turn an otherwise unconventional superhero into the mainstream, right? So I was talking to Dom about this, about how I was asking him how some Marvel characters, because there's over, there's a lot, there's over 100, how some Marvel characters get movies while others don't. And this is a great example of kind of illustrating the point that you can take a Marvel character like Ant-Man, who wasn't known before, I would say, the movie from 2015, and make him mainstream. Of course, if you're like a Marvel comic, geek, you're gonna know those things. You're gonna know who Ant-Man is because you read the comics, right? But Ant-Man became mainstream simply because of the Marvel label and being in a movie. So I think Marvel could do that with all their other characters if they wanted to. But as you can see, a lot of Marvel movies are kind of like, trilogies. You got the Spider-Man trilogies and these kind of offshoot movies. But I would personally like to see Marvel make movies on characters that are otherwise not as known, like such as Ant-Man was when the movie released in 2015. Also, Ant-Man movies brought a unique cinematic element in size-changing battles, which were very comedic in tone. So, his powers, he can grow or shrink, so he becomes Giant Man or Goliath. And I think the movies kind of showcase that, right? So I'll have to watch the movies to kind of understand that, fully. But I just thought I'd bring that up because, I don't think most of the Marvel characters that you see in a lot of the Marvel movies have that ability to shrink or to grow in size and stature. So it's a whole new ability, right? Superpower, if you will. He also appeared in an animated series, Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Ultimate Spider-Man, video games, Lego Marvel titles, Marvel's Avengers, Future Fight, Contest of Champions, theme park attractions. I think there's a Disney Adventures campus features Ant-Man experiences. And with all this came a surge in reprints and new storylines tied to Marvel's cinematic universe's popularity. So, just pretty much, that is the essence, essentially, of Ant-Man. I'd probably want to watch the movie just because I know they talk a lot about and they bring up certain ants. But just an interesting kind of character when you think about it, right? Because you think ants are so small and minuscule, right? They have no real importance. But when you make a superhero like Ant-Man, it kind of makes ants, it brings them to life, basically. It increases their importance, right? Because you're not thinking about ants, But yeah, a lot of kind of crazy ants, to be honest. The bullet ant is one of them. I was watching the Animal Planet once when I was in high school, and they were talking about bullet ants. And I think primarily they live in South America, but they call them that because their sting feels like a bullet. And I was like, I'm glad they're not in North America. But I think, I could be wrong, someone quote me on this, but I think they were transported because I think they found them in North America, and then they brought them to South America. I forgot exactly. I'll have to read more about them. In any event, let's look at this tournament scores. So we had an open tournament, and it was a one-ball challenge again. So we have Quick Strike 395 with 375 million points on one ball. So that is amazing. I'm not even sure how he did that. But congratulations anyways to Quick Strike. UTD 4000 in second with 234 million points. Also an incredible score. And then we have Bouchy in third place with 161 million in the top three. And then in fourth place, Gapvic with 156 million. Very close to Bouchy's score. So Gapvic is in the top five. And then Bad Jack Daniels. Congratulations to Bad Jack Daniels with 36 million on an incredibly hard table, as you can see here. So that's big for Bad Jack. I'm really happy for Bad Jack Daniels for that fifth place. Jabba in seventh with 28 million points. Midnight with 25. Very close scores there. Carpy Sun in ninth with 22 million. Urko in 11th with 17 million. I came in 13th with 10 million points. I played again before uploading this video, and I got around 12 million, which put me in 35th place overall, worldwide. So this has got to be first, right? Overall. Who else? We have Johnny 726 with 292,000 points. And that's pretty much everyone that names that I remember. So thank you guys for participating. Hope you enjoyed Ant-Man. I'll be honest, I'm enjoying the Marvel Universe. Like, I'm really kind of immersing myself. I used to not really be a fan, but I'm really starting to like these Marvel stories a lot. So we're going to do Blade here. We're going to do Private. It's going to be a 1 ball, unlimited, 10 attempts. It's going to be 6 days, right? 6 days, 10 attempts, 1 ball, private. So what is today? It is the 28th, right? So 11, 28, 25. 11, 28, 25, the date. Okay. Did I create it? Wait, I got. Oh, there it is, right here. Here's the ID. I'm gonna give it a go here. It's been a while since I played this table. Probably, I think I last played on FX3. It looks so cool though. The vampires.
Trust no one, especially vampires.
Okay, let's see here. Little funnel hole.
I feel my strength returning. A little information for starters. Who's there?
And the table also like turns to night.
Good work.
Combo.
Look out, it's Frost. Wake up, Hannibal.
See, it turns to night.
Tonight, I transcend this immortal coil to become the first vampiric deity, a god among the undead.
Hurry up.
Whoa. Okay.
Who's there?
Middle ramp.
All right, we scared one away.
Whoa, that's cool. The bumpers like moved. Look at that.
Gotcha.
Yeah! I got one!
Whoa.
Silver
Okay.
balls are expensive, but worth every penny.
Hurry up.
Let's go. Whoa, look at that animation. Shoot the alley lamp? Gotta shoot again. Whoa, look at this. This is cool.
Oh, yes. Light
Balls
my
on.
fire.
Oh, I had one
Thought you were
more.
dead, Hannibal.
Okay, one more. There we go. Okay, we choose our mode now.
I am too powerful. The only weapon that can be used against me is destroyed.
Okay. Let's go. Oh no. Oh! This is an interesting table. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can't. No! Oh, kickback! Okay, come on.
Give it up for now.
Oh well.
Back later. We part company for now, buddy. See you tomorrow night.
Fatigue.
One more stash of treasure out of their reach. I feel my strength returning.
Oh my gosh, that was cool.
My friends, you will always be with me.
Oh no!
Returning. You can't stop me this easily.
I was so distracted by that. Whatever that mode was.
Soon, all Nosferatu will pay homage to me.
3 million points, I'll take it. Well guys, that was a pretty good attempt for, my first try in a while. So I hope you enjoy. I'll be back next week to talk about Marvel and Blade. Until next time, catch you guys later. Take care.